supposedly, maybe in a relay, is dragging the team, right? Slow thing to do. It's every logical thing to do, even in the football pitch. Just as time, our pain, my pain. I don't know about yours. I don't know, Amo. Do you watch football a lot? I'm not sure.
Not really.
Nah. Okay. But my pain, little football time that I have had, right, is when there are players, maybe one or two players who are dragging the team down. They are not allowing the team to reach its objective, right, to reach the goal. They're not allowing, the fans to indeed see a clue when the coaches, the technical team, for all its worth, still leave such people to play 90 minutes. And it hurts because, and the one that really hurts me the most is that it is at the 11th hour when there's no more time. That's when they'll now remove the
Substitute.
one. Do you understand? And I'm like, hello, why are you removing this person at the 11th hour when you should have done that the first thing? In fact, second half, that person shouldn't come back in. Right? But I don't know what the technical team sees. Maybe they have the eye of God where they can see all things, so they know better when it comes to strategy, when it comes to how to apply it, when it comes to who is to be in the pitch or who is to be sent out. Now, that also cuts across in jobs. When you discover that there is somebody or some persons who are showing incompetency,
Right.
or they are showing laxity in any form, you want to let those people go. First of all, you want to call them for a review and say, hello, Akomo, you have not been performing well, and all of that. Buckle up next month. I want to see changes and all. But if after all of these people are still not responding to the stimulus that you are stimulating, you'll be forced to do what's good for business. Retrieve them, remove them, exit them, show them the door, let them go. However you want to put it, right? Retire them, resign them. I don't know how you want to put it, but that's exactly the right and sensible thing to do. Now, this brings us to the discourse today, this morning. And it's, trust me when we say it's going to be a conversation between you and I, that's what's going to be this morning. I mean, it's a conversation that really or technically does not really may not need a resource person, because you and I are resource persons in this regard this morning. So somebody made a bold statement. Now, this is not just anybody. It's not a kindergarten person. It's not just anybody you met on the street. It's not a local government chairman. It's not a state governor. It's not a minister. It is not even it's not a military personnel.
Right.
No. He's one who has sat on the very seat at the center of power, who has handled the administrative burden of Nigeria. I'm talking about none other but the ex-president or the former president, former president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. He had come out to saying that, look, hey, guys, any leader, anybody who fails to perform should be voted out. In other words, show them the exit, show them the way out. If they were confused, if they're still ruminating, thinking about what your next move will be, it says fish them out. If they were abroad, deport them. If they were in your country and they are causing nuisance, what do they call that thing again? Send them packing. Send them back to their respective countries. Now, in other words, what he's saying in essence is do away with such people, because the moment you keep such people at the reins of leadership and power, they have a way of eating deeply, corrupting, destroying like cankerworms the very system, or what is left of the system that we are trying to preserve or protect, if you like. Now, this topic is looking typically into that statement, critically into that statement. The Nigeria politics today in every shade and form, at whatever level, whether state, local, or federal, we see incompetencies. We see persons who are put in certain position who may not have the right qualification. They don't have the right psychological maturity. They don't have the credential to be in that office, but they are occupying that office even in the presence of the very, very much qualified. I think Shoaretu had spoken something like that, very recently. He had said there are quite a number of persons who are occupying certain positions who are not even supposed to be there in the first place, but by hook or by crook, they found themselves there. And whilst they find themselves there, they station themselves like solid rocks, immovable, unshakable. You can't even report them. They tell you, I am not accountable to you. No, I have who I am accountable to. I am not answerable to you. You call them out for oversight. Hey, please give us a breakdown. They say, no, I'm not coming. Right. Now, we've seen that a lot happen in Nigeria. And Jonathan is adding his voice and is saying that, look, send such people out. We know them. Send them out. Show them the exit. Let them know that the power is indeed with the people. And that politics is not a one-man show. It is an everybody show. Now, historically, though, Nigerian leaders have often been criticized for poor performance and electoral manipulation. Now, if you also recall in 2015, where Goodluck Ebele Jonathan lost his re-election bid to Muhammadu Buhari, which marked a significant shift in Nigeria's politics, that particular event demonstrated potential for democratic processes to lead to change. But it has also highlighted the challenges of ensuring free and fair elections.
All right. I mean, so much to talk about today with a lot to take in. And just like you rightly mentioned, we're going to be having this conversation with you on the other side of the radio because we believe that the power actually is with you, the citizen, the masses, and you must lend your voice, especially in situations like this. Now, the political story revolves around Goodluck Jonathan's call for underperforming leaders to be voted out of office. And he has emphasized the need for credible elections and accountability in governance. And his statement was actually, made recently at the 2025 Goodluck Jonathan Foundation Democracy Dialogue in Accra, Ghana, where he also highlighted the strain on African democracy and the risks of collapse unless stakeholders work together to reform it. Now, I know that there have been conversations around reforming, the system. When I say the system, I mean our electoral system in such a way that it is more credible, it's more transparent, and I personally think it's beyond reforming the electoral system.
What is it about?
Every build up to an election, at the party level, there are usually primary, elections conducted.
Yeah.
Zoning formula and whatever, especially for, national elections or elections at the federal, level, not the state level now. We're looking at the federal level, right? Or should the presidency be zoned to a certain region or not, depending on, the political party involved. So in a situation where we have a number of them and we still have groups coming up, calling for their own political parties to be registered, no, it goes to tell you something that almost everyone wants to be involved in the process in this modern day and time, which is not, a bad idea. However, there is a popular saying that too many cooks
spoil the broth.
Of course. I know, I think Ganduje said this at the time when there was mass defections, to the APC. But then we should have, an enabling environment for almost everyone to play, equally and actively. Now, back to what Goodluck Jonathan is saying. What he has said is not out of the blues. It is it is not unprecedented.
Right.
These are conversations that leaders, not just in Nigeria, I mean in the past and even present, have actually had or even clamored for. Talking about accountability, talking about transparency, talking about you performing in tandem with the yearnings and aspirations of the masses, especially people who had actually trusted you with their votes. I cannot explain what happens eventually. The moment you get voted into power, there is always a strain from nowhere.
Not like a climate that hovers around
So
you.
if we're not hearing stories around, oh, the issues are too many, the issues are hydra-headed, or one is overwhelmed, or one is not aware of what is going on in a region.
Or inheritance. We inherited whatever it was from the past administration and all.
There's a clause right there. I don't know how we're going to unbundle that. However, Goodluck Jonathan's, take, in terms of underperforming leaders or leadership in Nigeria, is one that should be looked into very critically. And also Nigerians who want to say, oh, he's saying this because he's not the one in power. Sometimes we just need to ignore the messenger and focus on the message. But I do not think this is going to spark too much controversy, because Goodluck Jonathan seems to be someone who has written his name in gold in the heart of Nigeria, and Nigerians rather, and even, before the international community, especially after conceding defeat, at the 2015 elections, where he lost to former president, of blessed memory, Muhammadu Buhari. But now, if we were to have a conversation, or this conversation with the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, and ask him very critically that the reason why you lost to the former president, who is now late, and may his soul continue to rest in peace, should we pose a question to him that could it be you lost that election because you were underperforming? What do you think his response would be?
Because you were underperforming.
Yes, because at the time when former President Goodluck Jonathan was in office or power as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, there were issues from, economy to security,
right,
and what have you. And for some election, or, for some observers, for some, political enthusiasts, those were the yardsticks that were actually used against him, to vote him out of power. While some actually think that, the electoral system was not fair to former President Goodluck Jonathan. So you calling for a reform or some sort of reform, be it in the electoral system or by way of the masses voting out leaders who are underperforming, do we now have to wait, till, let's wait for every elections period? Because it's every 4 years now.
Right. So
do we have to wait? Right now, as it is, we all anticipate in 2027.
Exactly.
So do we all have to wait, for 2027 to come before we vote out leaders who are underperforming? Because this message is coming at a time when Nigerians actually think that the present-day administration is somewhat overwhelmed or ignorant of the pressing needs of the masses.
But the present day administration is still telling you that we are performing. If you recall, sometime, is it early this month, where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had brought out a scorecard and asking the governors and the ministers now, saying, hey, come and give account and all of that. But Nigerians is also asking questions of where is the scorecard now? Have we even had a scorecard, a result, no report card, no nothing, right? And we are kept in a limbo. But to get back to what you said, could it be because he failed? Is that why he's making this very bold statement?
And also,
right,
his message is coming at a time, where we've seen, rumors, we've seen speculations that he is most likely going to be, the flag bearer under any of these opposition political parties.
Which quite a number of Nigerians are saying no. Don't even make that mistake. Goodluck and Bella Jonathan, he has not come out to say it.
What do you mean by don't make that mistake?
Don't make it.
His wife had once said that Aso is somewhere she doesn't even want to go to. She doesn't want to go back there.
Very recently,
right?
she made the same statement again.
So, I think it's pretty simple. It's okay for you to just observe from a distance and
Right.
proffer solutions. Because when you start making this kind of, statements, of which some would actually take political statement to score some cheap point, it is going to kind of like put your integrity on the line. What exactly do you mean by underperforming leaders should be voted out of office?
So, Omar, would you rather that underperforming leaders be left to stay in power?
I'm not saying underperforming leaders should be
Are you
left in
having a
power,
problem
but
with the person
do we
who's
have
saying
do
it?
we have a system where the masses can indeed, call out people who are underperforming and have them, impeached?
We do have a system.
fired.
Oh,
What-
we do have that
Okay,
system.
tell me about the system.
No. We do have a system. But the system is like taking a camel through a needle's eye. Because if you also recall, if I'm not mistaken now, for you to impeach, you need a certain amount of people within the assembly, is it 1/3 now, to say yes to that impeachment.
Okay.
So there's a system.
Okay.
Now, here's what I think, and I think quite a number of Nigerians and the listener now, they also have that belief that, hey, let's get back to the Constitution. Maybe, just maybe, we need a Constitution review that would make ease of impeachment, or make impeachment an ease, especially in the face of leadership that is underperforming. We still talked about the system. There is a place of recall where the citizenry can recall their representative and say, come back, you're not performing.
But Yudi,
No, we do have a system.
In this case,
That's what I'm trying to tell you. We have a system.
In this case, I want to believe that Goodluck Jonathan's, statement is targeted at the presidency,
Okay.
whether you like it or not. Now, this could actually cut across board, but I fear that is the direction he's actually headed,
okay.
at this point in
Okay,
time.
okay.
So who is going to recall the president, for example?
That's a question.
Is
That's
it
a
the
big
National
question.
Assembly?
Is it Nigerians?
Is it the masses?
Is it the masses? Or is it the political
So,
elite?
I think that whilst Jonathan's message, former President Goodluck Jonathan's message, is apt, I do not think he's been able to hit the nail on the head. I really do not think he's been able to also give Nigerians a clear insight as to how to go about these things.
So you're saying that the former president is only throwing tantrums and it's not making a complete sense? Is that what you're saying? Perhaps. Perhaps. But
Because he once said, and even very recently,
Right.
that politicians cannot be trusted.
in other words, he too cannot be trusted.
So it is possible there is an undertone to his message. It is very possible. Oh, because your party is not the one in power, right? Because if it happened that, we're actually running a PDP-led administration, do you possibly think that this kind of statement, or comments will come from the former president, Goodluck Jonathan?
And that also takes us to the line that we need to also draw. That line will be, is it about the person in power or the party in power? I think that we need to understand that. Is it about the person in power or the party in power? What should really drive power? What should drive the affairs of a people? The person or the party?
Another perspective that I would like to bring into this discourse is the fact that somehow when politicians during the electioneering period, when they come out, maybe during campaigns to tell you, I'm going to provide, water, electricity, security,
Good roads and all of that.
and all of that. When these people eventually, get into power, it's very possible that the will to really get all of these things done, the will is there, but their efforts get sabotaged by the system that we are operating or running in Nigeria.
So the system in itself is faulty.
Somehow it is. I really don't think you need a prophet to tell you that. Now, this presidential system of government that we are running, so many have said that it needs to be reviewed. Because I really don't know who is going to recall the president now.
Or impeach him. Move
Or
for an
impeach him.
impeachment. That is if his words were really targeted
Haven't you
at the
seen
president.
where people would come out? I mean, there are notable figures who would just, make very passive, statements like, if you are overwhelmed, you should resign honorably and let someone else take the helm of affairs. It's pretty simple. As opposed to you telling us, oh, there are saboteurs, we're trying to sabotage your efforts and all of that. Come on, it's making no sense. Are we really advancing? Are we making progress in terms of, the democracy that we are practicing in this part of the world? We always look, up to the likes of the United States of America, with the oldest democracy. And it's beginning to look as though we're not learning anything beyond having conversations, beyond, issuing press statements, beyond condemning, things that completely negate the ideals of democracy.
Right.
Have we really been able to learn anything tangible, practical, that we can always pinpoint and say that, yes, indeed, we're practicing democracy?
Even in the definition of democracy, have we really indeed understood the dynamics of democracy? Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Well, we'll just go on in this very quick recess. We'll be right back in a short bit. Pay some bills. Don't go away.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Hello, Male. How you doing now?
I did, my pikin.
Male, wait. She make I call you back. You sure say your credit go reach this guy too?
Don't worry yourself. Now MTN Beta Gist I dey use.
Who no like better thing? Just go buy new MTN SIM so MTN go dash you 2,100 naira airtime sharply, and on top that one, every call wey you make, whether na 3 minutes for this call or na 1 minute on top another call, e go dey join dey go. And once you gather reach 6 minutes, MTN go sama you 3 minutes extra. Make you for continue that better gist. Or ya dial *123*2*1# to join MTN Better Gist today. Terms and conditions dey sha o.
Fly Emirates to 5 destinations in the Chinese mainland: Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Hangzhou, and Shenzhen, and discover new trade hubs. Relax in comfort on board with our world-class hospitality. Explore up to 6,500 channels of entertainment and stay connected with free Wi-Fi. With daily flights from Lagos to the Chinese mainland via Dubai, you can enjoy convenient travel that fits around your business schedule. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
Motor where you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no, for your engine, no. Make it mobile, oh, make it mobile. Anywhere you dey, your motor deserve to be number 1, yo. Make it mobile, oh, make it mobile. You carry the go, make everybody join me, say, make it mobile.
Make you go with the best.
Make it mobile.
The African University of Science and Technology, Abuja, AUST, announces that admissions are now open for application into our remedial and A-level JUPE programs for 100-level and direct 200-level admission. Professional diplomas in data science, artificial intelligence, Cisco and AWARE certification, project management, construction management, and more. Undergraduate degrees in civil engineering, mechanical engineering, petroleum and energy resources engineering, material and metallurgical engineering, software engineering, computer science, business administration, and accounting. Postgraduate programs, MSc, and PhD in cutting-edge fields like aerospace engineering, space physics, systems engineering, geoinformatics and GIS, pure and applied mathematics, computer science, theoretical and applied physics, material science and engineering, petroleum and energy resources engineering, and MSc only in public policy, public administration, management of information technology, applied statistics and mathematical modeling. Call 003-540-3714 or 006-272-9310 or visit www.aust.edu.ng.
Things they happen for our community, eh?
Now I can recoup back all the money I have spent on this annoying family.
Hey, yeah. That woman own don't finish.
My dear, let's go and greet them, okay?
Hey! Join Media Coalition and Awareness to hold trafficking, MICAT, on I Wish I Knew radio drama and program every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Join us to kick human trafficking out of our society. I Wish I Knew radio drama and program is brought to you by MICAT and funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark.
where every new day brings a fresh chance to dream bigger, push harder, and live confidently. But true confidence is more than hope. It's knowing that no matter where you are, no matter who you are, you're protected, empowered, and ready for the journey ahead. At Sanlam Alliance, we believe confidence isn't just for a few, it's the right of everyone. That's why we have come together, uniting the strength of a Pan-African giant and a global leader to give you the financial protection and solutions you need to succeed. Because when we come together, we protect more, we achieve more, and we all rise together. Sanlam and Alliance is now Sanlam Alliance. Sanlam Alliance. Live with confidence.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Still looking at a topical issue that borders around the conversation. Leaders who fail to perform should be voted out. And Jonathan is making that bold statement. Let's just open the phone line so we can have that conversation already. You tell us what you think about the statement, especially from whom the statement is coming from. The legitimacy of the statement, is it something we can bank on? Is it a statement that is revealing truth? Should we mind the messenger, the voice that is heralding the statement, or we should rather mind the statement in itself, understanding that politics in itself, as they say, is a dirty game. We don't know how deeply rotten or dirty the politics or the politicking has gone, but then again, leaders who fail to perform should be voted out. And that's what Jonathan, former president, is saying. Number to call is 0907 353 0044. The other number is 0908 766 8888. And the WhatsApp portal number is 0909 705 4450. You can as well send a voice note to the WhatsApp portal number, and that will be 0909 705 4450. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. All right, so we can still take your calls right there. You can add your voice loudly and clearly. Now, there is also a piece of information that we ought to bring to you, and this is the fact that according to a report by the African Center for Strategic Studies, that is the ACSS, and this is dated January of 2022, African democracies are facing significant challenges, and this is inclusive of corruption, electoral manipulation, human rights abuses, among others. Now, the context is underscoring the importance of Jonathan's message and the need for democratic reform in Nigeria. Right, quite a number of persons have added their voice in matters like this. If you recall, former president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, has emphasized the importance of defending and strengthening democracy. Could this be what Jonathan is doing based on the statement? Well, we have Omar Toure, who's the president of the ECOWAS Commission, who has called for accountability and good governance. Now, other names of repute have also said other things in regards to this.
All right. Also, former President Olusegun Obasanjo had spoken about the need for democratic reform in Africa. We've also seen the FCC minister, Nyesom Wike criticized Jonathan's potential 2027 presidential ambitions. I know that he made a very strong, statement in that regard last week. And now, Goodluck Jonathan himself coming out to say that leaders who underperform should be voted out is one that actually speaks volumes, because when you say they should be voted out, it's more like telling Nigerians to wait, until after every tenure, which is definitely 4 years before these leaders can be voted out. Is that really a realistic approach to bringing about performance from leaders at the helm of affairs, be it at the presidential, the state, or even local government level? If you must suggest a more realistic approach to addressing these issues, what would it be? Call us and let's have the conversation, all right, on 09073530044 or 09087668888. Now, one way or measure in which Nigerians have over time called for more, accountability and performance from our leaders is just, hitting the streets to express their grievances by way of, peaceful protest, which sometimes, gets hijacked, by hoodlums. And we've done that over time, right? But it appears we should try another leg, especially for those who actually think that this administration has underperformed, so far. It's not 4 years yet, but when you look at the progression of events in the country, what is your own assessment? And when we say, what is your assessment, it shouldn't, be drawn from the economic perspective alone. There are other sectors also that are thriving, but maybe we are just too engrossed with the security sector. The spate of, killings and banditry and what. Of course, they have two sectors. They seem to be on the front burner, especially in recent times for Nigerians, and that has made it, look as the administration has failed woefully. Whereas other sectors of the, this economy, the other sectors are actually thriving.
Right, but if you also want to put it pari passu, right, juxtapose the Jonathan administration with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, some would say that insecurity has become worse even in this current administration as against the Jonathan administration, and so it gives him more leverage to want to speak in this regard. Even economically, have we been this down economically? If we're to compare now with the Jonathan administration and all of that, we could say that economically we still have been strong. We're better than this, and currency, foreign exchange, and everything. We understand that there was no subsidy removal, total subsidy removal, as we are made to understand, even though behind the doors we're still paying subsidy one way or the other. But then Jonathan is coming in at 2025. That's like, is it 9 years now? Or, 10 years later, is coming to say that vote out incompetence. Leaders who are underperforming. And then it takes us back to when you were in power, Jonathan. How much did you do for the Electoral Act in itself? How much did you do for the electioneering process? On what terms did you concede? What was the how do I put it now? On what grounds? What credentials? What numerical estimates did INEC show to us, prove to us, from the very time of the electioneering process up until when the results were announced, to show transparency and accountability? Could this be a case of pointing accusing fingers just because you're not in power? Is that what you're doing? Is this because you're trying to make a comeback? And how sure are you that when you do come back, the climates that you met in or you left off in 2015 would be the same climates that you're meeting when you come in this time? A lot of people have said, Jonathan, just take the peace, is it ambassador now, or the peace eye that we have for you, the respect that the international community has for you, take it and cool off somewhere. Don't come and make a fool of yourself. Some say that, right? But it does seem as though against the narrative that we've been seeing and having about whether he's going to come in, run for 2027 or not, especially now that the PDP has opened to all, there's no region or what PDP saying we're throwing it open. Anybody can come and contest, for presidency. Well, let's just take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello? Okay, that's a miss though. Well, okay, what is going on now? A little bit of network hassle now. Duel the call is back, right? So, some very crucial questions have arose, right? Or have arisen. One of such questions will border around the place of the social impact. So, what role can citizens play in ensuring accountability and transparency in governance? Maybe, just maybe, this is what Jonathan is telling Nigerians. As citizens, you have a role to play in ensuring transparency and accountability.
No, but he has actually spelled it out very clearly.
Right.
Vote them out.
Oh.
You underperforming, it actually, it covers a lot of things. If under your administration, there is no transparency, no accountability, it's more like, no, you are not meeting the expectations of Nigerians. So the crux of the matter is saying they should be voted out. Does that really hit the nail on the head?
Well, this also means that maybe he has some belief in the electoral system. Yes, because it's very clear. Jonathan is saying vote them out. So he has some belief in the electoral system that it works.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Suleiman Fulani, aka the original Fulani man, not photocopy from National Assembly Quarters.
All right, good to have you. Please go ahead.
Morning. Today I agree with what our former president, the peace ambassador, said. Jonathan is the reality. But the problem that we have, believe you me, if they say that any person that is not performing, we should vote them out. 99.9 of our leaders, they are going out with. Nobody is coming back. But most of the problem with the masses, electric, we are the one that voting the bad leaders. But it's not the fault from us because, the kind of hardship that we are passing through. If you look at from even, nobody are given automatic ticket. But the major problem from our delegate, you understand, before that primary election, if you look at the kind of money that they are pumping to the delegate before choosing a leader, that's why we have it. Where we have the major problem. There you see most of we that they're going to elect any amount that they will give, we will collect because we already see what they give the delegate who go choose those leaders. So no matter if they already choose that person, we have no any other option because all the parties, they are using money, not by merit. If you have money, that's all. You understand? And when you come, because this policy that they are doing now is like a market. They are using it for making money, not because of the masses. If you spend like $1 million, you have to return it, and you need more game on top of it. This is the problem that we are facing. No matter how what it is, only Almighty. That's why always we are shouting, praying. May Almighty Allah give us a good leaders who have Nigeria and Nigeria at heart. Like I tell you, Allah, if they say any person that not perform, 99.9 of them, nobody will coming back because they did not do anything. All of them, they are there for their selfish interest. Even if you are speaking because of the masses, before you know it, they will find another allegation put on your head. We can see what when speaking what is going on for the masses. We see what happened to Ndume. You understand? So this our country, it is only Almighty Allah. We are praying to help us have pity on we the masses so that we can good leaders come 2027. Thank you so much, my answer.
All right,
Thank
appreciate
you very
Suleiman.
much, Suleiman.
It said only God can help us, but then he had also flawed the electorate.
And then he said something that if we are to vote them out, then it means 99.9%.
Yes.
Of these people
so who's
won't
going to be
return.
left?
Let's take this call. Good morning.
Hello? All right, that's a miss, though.
I think we need to pull that off and on again.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll just do that now. Apologies, just bear with us trying to fix technicalities. I mean, where in Nigeria does not have technicalities now? I mean, even with the network, we find technicalities. Supreme Court has got technicalities. Almost everybody's having technicalities. But anyways, not an excuse. Let's see your call come through. I think we've rectified the concern right here in the studio already. 0907-353-0044.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Moses from Suleja.
Oh, Moses.
Moses, good to have you.
You think this thing will work? In a system where the entire political system is full of corruption. All this centered on two things, corruption and poverty. Why do I have corruption? This politician is a kind of recycling. You get the point? From the grassroots, governorship, House of Assembly, you see them again coming out looking for president. You get the point? These people are already in the system. Whether you try to vote them out, their money they have will speak for them. I remember, which I still remember, I am an eyewitness, both in Kogi and Abuja. Even in Kaduna, when I was in, any election, UD, count it. There are agents that spread money to buy people's vote, people's conscience. How do you think that poverty will help us out in this matter? Because these people are still there. Like what is happening now? In fact, many of them are having money, storing money for 20. Look at what is happening. There is a system that has not yet been fixed. You are talking about 2027. You see the issue? So the corruption system is that when these people are there, they don't want to leave that position. Some people take that position as their personal position. If the issue of incompetency and you cannot measure up to give what you campaign for, then vote of confidence to arise. UD,
right,
in our political ground, can somebody voluntarily resign from his position as a governor or as a head of state because of incompetency?
We've not seen it. All of them are competent.
Even though people masses are crying, they will balance very well and see nothing is happening.
Right.
You get the point? So
okay.
People don't take they take that position as if it's their father's position.
Right.
Some of them, and they are not willing to work out. So the issue of poverty and this corruption, that is the problem. So if we should stand that nobody to receive any amount from any politicians, then we should stand on our ground and let our vote count. That is another matter. Because some of these will have agents that they bribe them that they can turn our votes. You, I beg, I rest my case. You raise the issue that if we begin to talk, we can't end it all. God bless you.
All right, Moses, thank you so much.
Appreciate.
All right.
We'll just go quickly take messages now. We'll see this one.
All right, Joseph from Jai says, good morning, Eagles FM.
Morning,
we all
Joseph.
understand the Nigerian politicians are always hallucinating. When you say we all, you say some of you understand that Nigerian politicians are always hallucinating. Let me use the current president, for example. President Tinubu was a very good protester against bad government when Jonathan was in power. Now Tinubu is in power. Jonathan is saying Nigerians should vote out bad, and underperforming leaders from Jai.
All right, Joseph, right there.
All right.
Saying that Turkenby from Hundu, all the way from Nasarawa State. Good morning, FA and UD. Good morning. It says, if only INEC and the judiciary can stand on the part of truth, Nigerians will surely have their wishes reflected after voting. Results are being changed. The INEC chairman will tell you to go to court. The judiciary has become a sacred cow. Doing the beating of politicians who also some voters don't help matters by selling own votes for as low as 1,000 naira. Really, really sad. I guess that's why Moses had mentioned the place of poverty and corruption. It says there's the bane of it. Well, let's go hear from Triple D already as we put a sign out to the discourse.
Good morning, the man with a golden voice, Mr. UD, our dear sister. Celebration. May God promote you in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Happy birthday. Sister Omoife, greetings to you for being there for us. Sir, vote them out. How? You want to vote them out 4 years that somebody did not perform. It's not a small damage they are causing to the nations in any setting. Meanwhile, ordinary recall, have we ever even succeeded in any recall? Where? Maybe you are a journalist. I may forgot if there is any proper recall that we have succeeded in this country. Voting them out, we know. He should know. Goodluck has the best assembly of ministers as of then. I don't think you'll be able to have them now. I don't think. And Nigeria is not as he left it before. So for anybody coming back, it requires a lot of wisdom to pilot this country. Well, let us take the message. God bless Eagles FM. Thank you all. Triple D from Waru.
Thank you, Triple D.
Let us take the message.
All right, Honorable
Jonathan is speaking from experience. Triple D already mentioned it's not the same terrain. I mean, is it the Chinese proverb that says when you put water in a stream, you put it again in there? It's not the same water anymore. First one is gone, right? And Triple D also said, how? Question is how? I think we need to fix the electoral system before we can even guarantee this.
My own understanding, of what former President Goodluck Jonathan is saying is Nigerians, should wait for every election cycle to vote out underperforming leaders. And just like Triple D said, I mean, in the space of 4 years, you see that these people have been able to build a very formidable force.
Right.
And it becomes a very difficult task to get these people out of office. Here we are. Politicking has already started ahead of 2027. Look at all of the heavyweights and the lightweights that we see. I doubt if there are lightweights, wanting to contest, for the seat of the president come 2027. They're all heavyweights. And these are names that we are even, familiar with. These are people that we know. So how do you really expect Nigerians to vote out underperforming, or let's just turn a blind eye and vote these people, based on our instinct, with the hopes that, this person will perform. And then when this person eventually gets into office and we see that the person is underperforming, then we have to wait for another 4 years before come on, so we're just going to be beating around circles. That's just how I say it.
Well, anyways, that's how she says it, and that's how we put a close to it. I mean, saying thank you to each and every one of us already. Hoping that we take the good side of from what the former president mentioned. Yes, is a good conversationalist, but then is it something feasible? Is it workable? Well, if you say yes, it is workable, it means that you have to also take it upon your shoulders that come 2027, you'll make sure you're not just acquiring your voter's card, your PVCs, but you're making sure you're putting it into use. And as one of our family members says, you make sure you stay there. Stay there. Let's stay there and see how the counting is done and reach a conclusive conclusion. Well, this is where we wrap it up. My name is Udwak Daniel.